Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 23rd of May. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
Gary, it's pretty scary how quickly this year is disappearing.
It's running away.
This is the second take. Viewers, you might not be aware, but occasionally we do a second take. But the first take was I introduced us as the 23rd of June.
Yeah, 2025.
Whoa, what's going on here?
You're getting ahead of yourself.
But the year is disappearing
before our very eyes, Philip.
Radically. One more auction weekend for May, and then we click into June, and then financial year's done and dusted.
Yep,
And
half the
big question is, have you met your financial goals for this financial year?
Well, in terms of losses, Phil, it's been a very successful year. You know how you like people say, oh, you can carry forward losses and that's wonderful. Well, I think we've done that well. It has not been the best financial year for real estate agents. In fact, people look at real estate agents getting out of their shiny cars and, looking in their beautiful suits, and in your case, the most magnificent, expensive shoes. They think this must be what a party this is. It's absolutely like a saunter. You guys are just running along, having a wonderful time. But it has been actually pretty tough for the industry because the volume, Philip, has been down. Now the sales have been okay, results have been okay, but the volume's been down. So, we're going to start a give to a real estate agent GoFundMe page. You reckon we get a lot of takers on that?
Do you know what? We should put one up just as a social experiment.
Yeah,
but,
exactly right.
For the record, viewers, in the history of real estate agents and cars, I don't think I've ever met a real estate agent that actually owned their car outright.
Or had much equity in their car.
Well, there is no equity in cars.
Well, petrol. Even that's usually on.
It was a tradable commodity,
That's true,
I suppose.
yeah.
But viewers, let's be clear. Some people do get seduced by coming into this industry thinking that it's all beer and Skittles.
Yes, exactly
It's
right.
all shiny shoes and Armani suits and Range Rovers. But the tragic truth is it's all a facade. It's all a facade of a success.
Exactly.
I mean, let's be clear. Whilst the general public don't like shiny shoe, Armani suit
wearing,
Range Rover drying real estate agents, neither do they want to entrust with their most valuable asset, their incredible home, to the agent that comes there with the pockets out of their pants or mismatched clothing,
unshaven,
shabbiness, and driving up in an old
holes in your shoes,
E.H. Holden.
Right.
That doesn't
inspire confidence, does it?
So
dichotomy,
the general public, Gary, are somewhat conflicted, aren't they?
Yes.
They don't like us for what they are. They don't like us for what we are, but they don't like us for what we could be.
No, exactly.
Or should be, or are.
Well, I think there's a love-hate relationship. They love to hate us, a lot of the people out there. But look, Phil, the reality is we service, we serve a purpose, Phil. We're out there in the community. We're providing shelter for the masses. And at the end of the day, has been a hard year for real estate agents. So give your local agent a hug, whoever that might be. Give them a hug because they need it. It's been tough.
And some real estate agents in the last 12 months had their boats repossessed.
Which is terrible. And their holiday houses have overgrown gardens, Philip. We've got, the Swiss Chalet have got mould in the corners. They haven't been maintained. The chalet in the snow.
Only our life, Gary, was as glamorous as the facade that we paint.
Exactly right. If only it was, Phil. Anyway.
We're like Hollywood film sets,
it's like,
Gary.
you open up the door, there's just wasteland at the back here, and there's
or you slam the door and the whole facade
that's why it falls down. There's tumbleweeds going behind you. Anyway, enough about the life of real estate agents, because you did not want to watch that. You wanted to watch what's going on in the real estate world.
Having said that, viewers,
he's pulling back. He can't move on.
Here's a challenge for you.
Doesn't stop.
If you'd like to spend a weekend with me or Gary,
you don't want to do that.
No,
because then the illusion will be gone. They'll think, that Philip Kingston, he's a happy, positive. Look at him. What a fantastic guy. He's a showman. Everything's fantastic. And then he goes in his car. He's like, you don't want to be doing that. I don't think so.
Welcome to my sad, tragic life.
No, it's not sad and tragic, Phil, but it's just not as exciting as that auction. When you turn those lights on, man, that's it. It's all happening. Now, let's just talk a bit about what happened on the weekend. And also, we both, talking about being in the community, very funny little story that you did a charity auction a week ago. And of course, as the auctioneer, you auctioned a special dinner for 10 people with a special chef.
A catered dinner for 10.
A special catered dinner for 10. Anyway, you auctioned that off, and lo and behold, the ultimate buyer happened to be us. Yeah, well, you or us? I think it was us. It was us.
Yeah.
So we ended up buying that for $1,800. because you couldn't get any more out of anybody for that. Anyway, lo and behold,
bid against myself a number of times.
He declared it openly.
To get it up to
$1,800.
Anyway. Well, the question is, I suppose, is it dummy bidding when you bid against yourself,
or when you bid yourself against somebody else?
When you bid against yourself.
Were you the only bidder?
I was the.
Well, you were the only bidder for the whole thing. You couldn't get a bid from anyone else.
I was the only bidder.
Just you. You just had your own auction.
I started at 100, and then I just played the theatre out until I got to 1,800, which is obviously a symbolic number for those people that are in the room or understand. But yes, I did bid against myself.
God help us.
Carried myself all the way to 1,800.
God help us if our property auctions become that way, where you just have your own little happy auction and end up being the buyer. Anyway, $1,800. As it turned out, it was donated, that $800, to another community organisation.
So let's explain this. I bought it on behalf of us, so that was $1,800 going to the community, that we were auctioning for. Then I said to you, Gary, what are we going to do?
No, you didn't say anything to me. All I know is I don't know what you did. I ended up on Friday night at another community event, and they come to me and they go, can you auction this dinner for 10? I didn't even know about it, right? And I said,
seriously,
I didn't know about it. You didn't tell me, so I go, that sounds interesting, a dinner for 10. Like, how many of these are going around? They go, oh, well, Philip donated it to us. And I go, hang on, we own that dinner for 10. So then I auctioned the dinner for 10 that you bought for $1,800 for us, that we still had to pay, by the way, to the organisation. Anyway, lo and behold, I'm not being one-upmanship here, but I've auctioned and sold it for $3,000 back to the organisation.
$3,000?
Yeah, now we don't get to keep the $1,200.
No, this story might have a happy ending, Gary, because I bought it on behalf of us for $1,800.
Yeah.
You then, unbeknownst to you, had it redonated. So we're in for $1,800. You've sold it for $3,000.
We don't get the $1,800 back.
Here's the thing. We haven't paid for it yet.
Oh, fair enough. Well, we still have to pay the $800.
So maybe we'll just...
leave it there.
I'm sure there's a way of making a profit.
We're not making any profit. We are sucked in for the $1,800, but at least I've sold it for $3,000.
And all I can say to you is, viewers, it was an absolute pleasure and a privilege to be able to do it.
Anyway, that's some of the fun that we have. We've had a bit of Phil's mailbag going on here too. We've had some interesting stuff coming into us, some interesting comments before we get to the auction results. They are coming. We are going to talk about them.
I'm just loving the feedback. Look, we've got this. Look, I'm not sure how to describe Stephen. Is he friend? Yeah. Is he foe?
I think he's critic. I think he's a critic more than anything else.
And he is a friend.
No doubt he's a friend.
He's a very smart guy, other than
he's
the
too
fact
smart
that
for us.
He was born in Queensland, right? Stephen.
Everyone's got something.
Stephen from Queensland. Now
his
friends all know who he is.
Yeah.
But he in a lovingly way.
Yes.
I think it's a lovingly way.
He's kind of got a fist in a silk glove, really, hasn't he, Stephen? I think that's probably the best way to describe it.
But he sent us in this. Look, we always love getting his emails because, as I say, both of us struggle to work out whether he's friend, foe.
We know he's friend.
What he's doing.
It's just his style.
But he's had some lovely things to say. He's had some very complimentary things to say at the same time as he's given us some serious advice.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen.
Thank you.
And keep those emails coming.
And John's keeping it going as well, talking about housing, loving the show. So thanks for that, John. And we had also Diego, who wrote to us in Spanish, Phil, because last week we talked about Spanish. Someone maybe because of our Spanish audience. We've got that Diego could interest us as a Spanish-speaking runner, and he's sent his CV in. Yeah, so great. There you go. So thanks for that. And and there's another one here for Georgia, who has said, please don't send me these. They're so cringeworthy. So that's what we got from Georgia. I don't think George is a fan on GPTV, but that's all right. That's how it is. So
please don't send me these. They're so cringeworthy.
Anyway,
so look, I think, Gary, there's a certain sort of person.
And George is looking to buy something. Yeah. We'll have some fun with you at the auction, Georgia, when you're bidding. Don't worry about that.
There's a certain sort of person that tunes into this show that doesn't really get it.
It doesn't like us, Phil, let's face it. We can't be loved by all.
Correct.
In fact, we can't be loved by many.
I think, in fairness, we are an acquired taste.
Yeah. And maybe we should tell Georgia, say, look, watch it more often, and I think you'll be okay.
At some point, Georgia, you will get the point.
You will crack you, Georgia. You'll get a smile out of you eventually.
But having said that, the one thing that I will say about Georgia, and I thank her for this, is that we do get some hate mail coming in from anonymous Instagrams or Facebook.
Hardly.
But you know what? When people have a crack, often it's an email address that no one can track them down.
Yeah, exactly.
But Georgia, at least
she's happy to be identified.
Seriously. I say, by all means, have a crack at us.
Yes.
We're not perfect. No. We do our best.
Work in progress.
But at least when you complain, or criticise or have critical feedback, at least from a genuine, real email.
Exactly right. She genuinely doesn't like it, Phil. That's for sure. Anyway, let's move on and talk about some of the results. Firstly, the clearance rate for the weekend, Phil. We were 77%, 17 out of 22. 77% against the industry average of 74.
74,
so we
Gary.
Just knocked it up. We could put up the towers just a little bit higher, that tower, that Gary tower. But well done to all of our guys. Well done to our vendors and to our buyers alike. Philip, we had an auction that we talked about happening last week, a block of apartments. We had a very aggressive offer made. That set the wheels in motion for not actually going ahead with the auction. So as you would expect, we opened it to other parties and lo and behold, sold it for a whole lot more than we ever expected or thought.
I'll tell you what's interesting, Gary, selling prior to auction. Often we will sell prior to an auction where an offer comes in significantly above the
expectation or range.
And the expectation, then sometimes that does trigger a pre-auction process.
So Phil, that sold for a lot more than we expected, and congratulations to the buyer. A lot of buyers and interesting buyers for that, Phil. And it's amazing, isn't it? Because sometimes with the blocks of apartments, they can be red hot. Otherwise, they can be a bit, warm, sometimes cool. But that one,
this one was smoking hot, Gary. A number of buyers missed out on there, but we will be in touch with them because we've got a few other blocks coming up.
Phil, we auctioned the architect's own home at 38 Omar Street, so congratulations to that vendor.
Shout out to Nick.
Beautiful home.
Well done.
Nick and Jackie.
I really liked that house, Gary.
Yeah, so did I. Liked it too.
Only an architect can really pull off a house like that when they're doing it for themselves, because a lot of the features there, some clients might have gone, I'm not sure we should do that. No. But this, it was like,
what the hell? We're just going to do it.
I'm doing this.
Going all the way.
Fulfill my dream. And I thought it was a house that just worked beautifully.
It did.
And it was great to have 3 people bidding on that.
It
deserved it.
It did deserve it, Phil. And there was another one or two that didn't get a chance to put their hand up because so fast the bidding went. And actually, the first bidder only saw it the day before the auction or the day of the auction. So that can happen as well. Even in that sort of $2-something million range, someone can just see it and just go, yep, I'll just buy it. Phil, Murrumbina Road was very competitive for at 204. Murrumbina Road, well done to Jeremy Rosens, who hopped over to Murrumbina, usually the territory of Leor, but he jumped over there and had a crack and sold it very well at $850,000. Faulkner Street, South Yarra, Phil, number 47. That was sold under good competition for 1,420. Phil, just within the upper level of the range. 12A Roseberry Avenue, Brighton East. I went from Brighton East to Malvern East. Had myself a happy time on Saturday. Sold for $1,504,000, Phil, just over the range. And well done to the sellers there. A special shout out to the sellers there because they are somebody very well connected with our company. Philip, I went to Malvern to Ferncroft Avenue.
What a beautiful address that is.
What a beautiful street. 5 bidders went, we reviewed the price guide there. We tried to guide people because it was $7 to $750. We put it up to $770. Went for substantially more still. A very special place, and well done to the vendors of that one. Prices undisclosed. Wimmera Street, well, that was another undisclosed price, but wow.
Big result, Gary.
That would
big result. In fact, whilst the price is undisclosed, the first bid on that property was well over the top end of the range.
Unbelievable. So
it was a very aggressive start.
Sometimes we know nothing.
And it took a while to get the bidding going.
Yes.
And I thought maybe it's over at $1,850,000.
Yes, but we're not talking about the price.
And I think as we drew it out, and there was still no forthcoming.
We're not talking about the price.
We're not going to talk about the price, but it did sell for more than $1,850,000.
Say that, I suppose,
But it took a while to get the next bid. Yeah. And I think that the person that made that offer of $1,850 was kind of breathing in deeply, thinking, oh, maybe I started this a bit higher.
And lo and behold, someone took them on, which made them all probably unhappy, but also happy that there was someone else also up there.
Correct. Philip, what a beautiful renovation. Viewers, if you want to have a great look at a great renovation, click online on that property because I thought it was worth every cent of what we sold for, and the price is undisclosed, Gary. I'm not going to say.
No, you're not. Rosalie Street, Caulfield South was auctioned on a Sunday, Philip. That was 6 bidders for that. So some stuff, it's almost like, I don't know, you can't say boom and bust, but it feels almost like there's boom and then there's bust. There's some properties where, there might not even be a buyer, or maybe just one. And then there's others with 6, Phil, so it's kind of, it's boom and bust at the same time.
Well, I would say there's no bust out there, Gary. There might be some properties that are not performing as well as others, but I think that generally speaking, everything is going pretty well and some things are going gangbusters.
I'm going to put the heading boom and bust this week just to create and stir it up a little bit, create some controversy.
I think that's clickbait, Gary.
Is that right?
Yeah,
you
put out a headline like that. Yeah. Well, people are going to click on it thinking, is it a boom or is it a bust? And then we just both. Completely whitewash that.
It's
whole...
boom and bust, Phil.
Oh, well,
the hot stuff is red hot.
I don't think it is, Gary.
Well,
but if you insist on calling this episode boom and bust, clickbait. And
what did you call it?
Clickbait.
No, did you say boom and bust or something else and bust?
And I apologise. We've already forgotten the woman that's complained and said we're cringeworthy.
She hates us. She's not watching, Georgia. She doesn't like being called Georgie by the likes of you. She doesn't like us already, so leave her alone.
Georgia, sorry about the cringe-worthy clickbait.
No, she's not watching, mate. She's right off us. Anyway, let's move on, Phil, and talk about the auctions coming up this weekend, because we've got 23 of them coming up this weekend, Phil, in a range of suburbs.
Very exciting.
On Saturday, I think we're over 9 different suburbs. We kick off at 10 a.m, Phil. You're going to meet Maureen Mazaro at 10 a.m. in Warrigal Road, Surrey Hills. What a fine address.
Gary, what a great property
this is. A wonderful and affordable property, Phil, and I think there's been some good interest here.
Surrey Hills, Gary, you've got to love Surrey Hills.
I do love it.
Drive around Surrey Hills.
Yeah.
It is the most beautiful area, that whole Hawthorn, Kew, Camberwell, Surrey Hills. It's the leaf belt.
There's a Surrey Hills in Sydney as well, you know?
I know, in a suburban area. Gary,
but I like this Surrey
Hills
better.
hip and very trendy.
But that one's more expensive.
Gary, this is a single-storey villa, an extra large one, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, one lock-up garage. It's a wonderful property and lots of potential there.
David Thompson is doing his thing in Walnut Street, Carnegie. If you want a great job done, call David Thompson, because he is the king of Carnegie, or one of the kings of Carnegie, and he's going to be auctioning 488 Walnut Street, Carnegie.
Gary, lovely, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space apartment, great entry into the market. You know, if you did one thing as an investor and you bought one of those one-bedders and just paid it off over time, nice way to spend your retirement collecting the income.
With all of the auctions we've got this Saturday, Phil, I think it's like 15 or 16. I'm only doing one, but I'm going to save all my love for that one auction, Philip. It's 11 Delmar Street, Bentleigh East, and boy, has it been well attended.
Gary, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, lots of land. I love properties like this, 670 square metre block. So, you know, you're really buying a parcel of land with a very livable, lettable home that could be further improved.
And things are really happening in Bentleigh East at the moment. Things are very strong. Let's move on to Glen Huntly Road, Caulfield South. Leo Samuel auctions this for Daniel Peer.
Yes, well, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, plenty of garden areas, gorgeous deck, everything to love about that home.
Double auction action continues at 12:30 p.m. Philip, 6 at 556 Dandenong Road, Caulfield North, Simon Rodolnik auctions.
Described as sunny, spacious and superbly positioned, and it is, Gary. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, a wonderful kitchen, meals, family living area. I think that's bigger than most apartments, so a good opportunity.
I don't know what the reserve is going to be on this next property, Philip, but it does have the address to match, because it is number 13, Reserve Avenue in Carnegie.
Yes, Gary, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, plenty of land. Check out the period features in this house, those double doors as an entry, the timber-lined entrance hall, the gorgeous timber floors. That's a special home.
We've got triple auction action at 1:30 p.m. Phil, I may well come and join you for this special home. We talked about it on GPTV. It is 258 Barclay Street, St Kilda.
What an incredible location, because it's St Kilda, but it's Elwood wrapped up into the price of one. You're walking distance to the beach, you're walking distance to Ormond Road, you're walking distance, of course, to Ackland Street, which will have its revival, I can assure you. But that's a great opportunity, because the house is very livable, very lettable, very renovatable, or use the land to build your own new dream residence, subject to council approval.
The Samuel brothers are riding into town, Phil. They're riding into Bentleigh East, and they're going to be at 8 Claude Street at 1:30 p.m. in Bentleigh East.
Gary, fabulous home, 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking, a garage, lots of land, and an immaculate family home that you can move straight into and not spend a cent.
You know, Phil, a lot of people say, oh, you don't do much on the other side of Dandenong Road, but gee, we do a lot.
We do a lot.
Well, we just did in East Melbourne, a great one. We had one in South Yarra, which was fantastic on the weekend. Now we're back in Glen Iris, Phil. Graham Callan's auctioning this terrific property on Malvern Road.
Yeah, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, really good floor plan, lovely terrace area and a great location.
Double auction action at 2:30 p.m, Phil. We've long admired the look of this home. We're looking forward to bringing it to the market, and that is 1 Alma Grove in St Kilda.
Do you know the only one thing that's better than this home, Gary?
What's that?
is the people that own it.
Oh, is that right?
Because they are just the most gorgeous couple. So a shout out to them who've put their heart and soul into this home and absolutely been a delight to work with. But we love houses like this, as does the market. It's a double-fronted Hawthorn brick Victorian home with a stunning renovation, north-facing back garden. Move into this home. You don't need to spend a cent because they've done all the hard work. It's just marvellous.
I'm going to make a prediction, Phil. Some lovely people will buy it because it always works that way. I don't know how. I don't know what the karmic forces are that surround these kind of transactions, Phil, but it always seems to be.
I think you're right,
lovely
Gary.
people sell, lovely people buy
karmic
it. Karmic
forces.
Find it. Yeah, karmic forces, Phil.
That.
Let's move on to Wilk Street. What a great address that is, just
Gary,
behind our office.
We've known this block for a very long time. In fact, we've sold most of the building at least once.
Well, what was... that's right.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. What a bonus, because you've literally got the Armour Village on your doorstep. Walk to Dandenong Road. Very livable, very lettable. Not a cent to spend.
Unusually, Phil, we're going very late on Saturday with 4 auctions at 3:30 p.m. Let's kick off at Belgrave Road in Malvern East. Graham Callan to auction this.
Yes, he loves that building, and as he would, because it's got a great floor plan, 2 good-sized bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, big entertaining areas. It's a ripper.
Back in Malvern East again, Phil? Again, crossing Dandenong Road. And I tell you what's near that property is near Rim Road, and that is 11314 near Rim Road. Or Samuel auctions this one. And this is a terrific 2-bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 parking space apartment, Philip. Looking forward to that at the same time at 3:30. We are going to be at Booran Road.
Yes, Gary, love this development. It sits above Mr. Brightside. So,
yes.
You know, whilst this is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom property with a kitchen, why you'd need a kitchen when you live up top, when Mr. Brightside's downstairs. I mean, breakfast, lunch, and I'm not sure that they're open for dinner. Maybe you do need that kitchen.
Yeah, maybe
but
just
what a great location. And that little strip of shops is just getting better and better. And also you've got the park in Karawina. I mean, it's just terrific.
You've got your 4th and final auction, Philip, on at 3:30, and you may well be saving the best till last. 407 Kooyong Road, Elstonwick, and don't we love Elstonwick?
Check out the facade on this property, Gary.
What a pretty home.
Beautiful, and what a great floor plan. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking. That's a stunning property, Gary, and a great way to get into the market in Elstonwick, which is one of the best suburbs on the planet.
Well, that is our Saturday Elstonwick auction, but we've got 3 coming up on Sunday, so stay tuned to that. Let's kick off early in the morning, Philip, at 10:30 a.m. I'm looking forward to going down to Newland Street. That's 2 at 22 Newland Street in Caulfield. Now, I've had a little bit to do with this villa, Phil. It's been in the same hands for many, many years. It's 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms, got a double car garage, 1 of 2 only, lovely outdoor gardens. This is a property that you could move in, rent out, or further improve if you wish to, Phil. But very excited to be auctioning that one, 10:30 a.m.
One of only
you must come along too to that.
Well, I am
free,
the auctioneer, Gary.
No, you're not. I am, but you can come along. Yeah.
I think I saw myself listed as the auctioneer, but if I'm not, Gary, I may well join you.
Good, please do that. You can do the auction if you like. I'll toss you for it. But I'm not going to toss you for the 11:30 auction in Elstonwick, Philip, because you are definitely doing that one, and I'm looking forward to seeing you there. This has had a reprice bill, and since then it has been very, very popular. I'm not surprised. Great value on offer in St George's Road.
I did a video tour there. I really like this house.
Me too.
It's just so easy to fall in love with this home. Ticks all of the boxes with its 3 or 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms. I really like the car parking at the rear because you've got undercover car parking for a couple of cars. You could fit more there if necessary, but that back garden is stunning. And that's really a house you can move into and just get on with life.
Phil, there's been a few properties that we've had more difficulty probably understanding exactly what it will go for, because this property at 63 Lansdowne Road, which requires some updating, Phil, but boy, it's been popular because of the location and size.
Well, you say it requires updating, Gary, but I look at these photos and I see a complete family package. So either we've got really good Photoshop skills, but ultimately, what a great property and what a great location.
Yeah, look, you don't need to spend money there, Phil, but I think the opportunity is there should you wish to. It's very livable, very lettable, but also very improvable. Look forward to seeing you at that one at 12:30. It's going to be popular, as is the one that you're doing at 12:30, Phil, in Parkside Street in Elstonwick, another one that's been very, very popular.
Well, what a great location, Gary. And gee, we love Elstonwick. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. That is a home that you can move straight into, and obviously, everything literally there is on your doorstep.
Just around the corner, Philip, we're going to be in Ormond Road, also at 12:30. We've got it all happening in and around Elstonwick. This is 8 at 37 Ormond Road. It's going to be on at 12:30. Tell us a little about that.
Well, you say Orong or wrong,
Yeah,
or isn't it Orong? wrong?
I could be right or wrong, Phil.
Or, yeah, so if it was All Wrong Road, how would you spell it?
O-R-R-O-N-G.
No, All Wrong would be A-W. A-W-W-R-O-N-G.
He gets a bit silly sometimes.
2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Great opportunity to get into the Elsternwick market. Love that property.
I wish I was going to join you at 1:30 because I love this home in Fitzgibbon Crescent. It's a great looker and I know there's been good interest in it, but I'm sorry, I've got another auction on, but you'll be meeting Daniel Peer for that auction.
Well, Gary, I can't wait to get there because that's 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, double lock-up garage, an immaculate home. You don't need to spend a cent there, just move straight in. And isn't Fitzgibbon just the best address? That pocket of North Caulfield has now become premier real estate.
It's a good one, Smacker, isn't it? That one, Fitzgibbon. Smacker, Fitzgibbon. Phil, at 1:30, I'm going to be in Aileen Avenue in Caulfield South. I drove past this home the other day and I thought, what a great looking property. This is just near that new reserve that's in Aileen Avenue. You can just sit down and just relax and take it easy because the council said, look, I'm going to just, there's a Princess Park down there. Who wants to walk all the way down there? Let's just put a park in the middle of the street. So you've got one there
and
now.
If you are watching this and you want to make some political judgment.
No, right? Philip, we're not going to go
Gary,
there.
I cannot see the point of that park.
Outdoor areas and open spaces are wonderful.
Surrounded by houses with back gardens.
But that's okay, Phil. You can sit down and have a little bit of a cup of coffee.
Is there not a better use of $3 million worth of taxpayer funds?
No, good on your council. Keep buying up land and putting gardens and
putting parks there.
Parks there. We like it.
All right.
What do we need so many houses for?
Who am I to argue? But
Exactly right.
16 Aileen Avenue, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a lock-up garage, wraparound courtyard gardens. That's a really nice property, and the dynamic duo of Nikki Janover and Lamore Herskovitz will be there.
Not to be underestimated, those two. Philip, we finish off and bring down the curtain of a busy weekend at 2:30 p.m. We're going to be 34 Hotham Street, this repriced home, Philip, with this in-ground pool, a wonderful period home on a beautiful parcel of land right on the corner, of course, of a very prestigious street. So we are looking forward to bringing that one to the market. A wonderful family home, now 2.2 to 2.4, Philip, off its asking price of 2.5, 2.6. So a good opportunity.
A beautiful home, Gary. Just the most gracious home in beautiful order right throughout. Just move straight in.
Philip, you can't have your cake and eateth too, but you can buy in Edith Street, Philip. That's number 1A Edith Street. I want to feature this home because I know Jeremy Rosens is excited about this, as we all are. He's very busily involved with it. But tell us about this great property. It's our feature property of the week.
Gary, this development was done by James Cantianis, who does some of the best work in Melbourne.
He does.
And this is a development that he did a number of years ago, but it's really stood the test of time. It has not aged, unlike your face. But true, Gary, this is a beautiful home, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, lock-up garage. It's got everything that opens and shuts. It is immaculate and magnificent.
That is a big wrap on this late May edition of GPTV as we roll on through to June, Phil. The sun's out, there's a little bit of sunshine, there's a bit of cold, it's very Melbourne conditions at the moment. But the real estate market, I've got to tell you, it's pretty strong out there, Phil. Some things are going for more than we have ever expected and probably more than they ever have. So if you want to go and get involved,
there are definitely some boom results out there. Viewers, thank you again for watching GPTV. I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great week.
I'm Gary Peer. We'll see you next time.